Warning: this show contains graphic images and content. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, horror fans! This episode, we talk about comics.
Legos!
And also a sequel to Wolf Creek.
And I have way too many guest co-stars on this. Way too fucking many. Hello, horror fans, and welcome to The Only Genre. Episode 21. We can legally drink.
We can drink.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not
Very excited.
I know.
Very excited. Well, I am Sean Vidmar, and of course, poor Danny is sick. But I have Sean Bland, and you might know Carolyn Ferger. Not even going to correct me? This is Carolyn Fogel. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Legos. Lego released a line called Monster Fighters in 2012 that had zombies, werewolves, swamp creatures, and vampires. It has a cool story behind it where the hunters are trying to stop the monsters from getting certain stones that will unleash doom on Earth. Basically, the movie Monster Squad. A priest by a name that I cannot pronounce has warned people that these are tools of Satan. So, yes, found this on, of course, fearnet.com. It's basically my Facebook page. And I thought this was very interesting. You guys, I went ahead and showed you a little bit of the... Did I show you the article? Kind of? Yeah, and I showed you the article.
Yeah.
So, Legos, seriously.
No, I mean, I could see it being a tool of Satan. Have you ever stepped on those things? It hurts a lot.
I don't know. I think the problem is that, of course, this priest was just like, you know, bad things. And as soon as I read this, I want all of them.
Yeah.
Like this. But the thing is that he has said they have a negative effect on children. He also said they can destroy their souls and lead them to the dark side.
Except for ginger kids.
Except for the ginger kid. So except for Sean here.
Yeah.
And
I played a lot of Legos.
Well, this is
that might
also
be why I'm ginger. No soul.
No soul.
They turned me ginger.
You steal souls.
Yeah,
for
but
every
they
freckle.
turned me ginger. They took away the
That's
soul.
true.
And then there's a void.
That's true.
That you gotta fill.
But the funny thing that this is actually the funniest part of this whole article. The priest has also talked against Hello Kitty and My Little Pony, referring them as the carriers of death.
Well, you've seen bronies, right?
I am so much more interested in Hello Kitty and My Little Pony now.
I don't
Like I
understand.
said, you're gonna turn into a brony.
I don't understand that. Like, I mean, you have the bronies, but really you're going to go out on the limb and say that they're carriers of death?
Which is like,
Really?
This is fantastic. I'm sorry, I want to see one of this guy's speeches. Like, seriously, I want to see him just, you know, like a campaign. I want to know how many people are, like, following him in this campaign against toys.
Well, I read some of the comments on this article.
Oh,
and
I never read the comments. I should start doing that,
Well,
actually.
some of the people who you can tell are pretty religious, they're like, yeah, this guy's crazy. Even the religious guys were saying that. They're
I mean,
like,
I can kind of see him
no.
like starting like a Westboro Baptist Church type thing. You know, God hates Legos type thing.
I hope so now.
Yeah, I hope
because
it
I'm
happens.
going to protest this.
Yeah.
This sounds fun.
Let's do it.
Either way, like, I really...
This makes me want to go out and buy Legos.
Well, no, like, okay.
To be
I'm going to show
honest.
you a whole bunch of these Legos, and they look so cool. Like,
They
these
do.
little Legos, they actually look...
They
look
do.
really awesome. And is it just because that they're monsters? I mean, I don't get, like, where he's actually coming from. So, this guy is just batshit crazy. I think he's just one of those people that is just like, I found a cause, and I'm going to go with it. Let's carry on.
Well,
Passing the torch to craziness.
It's either that or all the lead paint that he ate as a child.
Or something.
Finally getting to him.
I don't know what it is. But
Maybe
either
he was
way.
dropped on his head as a child. I don't know.
Either way.
Traumatized by Legos. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe it was
this
stepping on
might
him.
be
He
it.
stepped on him
There's
too many
something.
times.
Maybe he choked on a Lego and like saw hell. I don't know.
There's something. Something's going on here.
That's probably what he did. He probably choked on a Lego and then fell into the oven.
I know what it was.
All the time.
I know what it was. He saw the new Lego movie.
Oh yeah.
Boom! No, I'm kidding.
But seriously.
Well, no, seriously, like, who in the right mind is just like, Legos are evil? Well, unless you step on them, like you said.
They're evil as shit.
Shut up, you. You stay back there.
Yeah, he's talking to you, viewer. You. Fucker.
Well, enough about fucking Legos here. We're actually going to go to more fucking co-stars. Why the hell do I have so many today? Anyway, Joe and Rhea, and they are basically our local comic book nerds. And they're going to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre graphic novel. That is a lot to say, actually.
It's a mouthful.
So let's go ahead and have them speak.
Hello, I'm Rhea.
I'm Joe.
And we're going to talk to you about the Chainsaw Massacre comics.
Yeah.
What I have here is Volume 1 of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre adaptation of the 2003 film. It basically gets after the movie, where the famous scene of the videotape that they discovered with the Leatherface's face popping up in the dark, and they get a hold of that, and a police corps detective department comes in and goes to the town. Basically, just revolves around the police finding these horrific scenes and hacked up bodies and skinned and boiled bodies, and it all leads to this meat factory department where they show a scene of the pigs being boiled alive and being gutted, you know, good old horror
hanging the people up
imagery. And yeah.
And then for book two goes into a lot of the gives you more backstory on the family. You see how Leatherface was bullied when he was growing up, and some of his early victims, like he's got a kid that he straps down to a bed and takes his face off, and his arms are all wrapped in barbed wire, and it's a lovely scene.
It's pretty.
And then it goes after that. It gets a little more interesting because you get backstory on other members of the family, like the father and why the family even became cannibals in the first place. And then there's an interesting story at the end that revolves around two twin brothers that were separated from the family when the mother tried to get out of that because she didn't want to have her children being growing up around that. And she ends up dying, and one of her she falls off a bridge with one of the children as her mother grabs the other one. So one son is raised by the family, and the other one is picked up by some other children and adopted. And as they grow up, they have this kind of mental connection about the other, what the other one's doing. So the one grows up to be a police officer and starts getting these mental images of murders happening that his other brother's committing.
The series was written by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, and most of the art for the book one was Russ Craig. It also was he did a portion of the book two as well.
Okay.
But there's still a duo of writing team. Pretty good writers.
Yeah. It's a very graphic story, but the artwork and some of the way they choose to do the story's perspective from it's all pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So
it certainly is.
So basically, if you're a fan of the movies or any of the story in general, they're definitely worth looking up, and
yeah, they are.
They deliver.
They do.
So yeah, that's us.
Wolf Creek 2. Basically, the original came out in 2005, and, well, an outline to it, the first 45 minutes of it, pretty boring. We're basically just watching stupid people go like, oh, I have a video camera and I'm an idiot. And then the best fucking character shows up. Any killer that has an accent like an Australian accent is awesome. Let's face it. And then he basically slaughters.
Yeah.
I believe, actually, it's based on true events or something like that,
Yeah,
which means that someone read something cool and then they altered it a lot.
Yeah. Well, based on true events.
Based on true events. So, I don't know which parts are real. I just hope that the Australian crazy ass
I don't know.
is
I'm
a
sure,
real person.
I'm sure the hiking was based on a true story.
Well,
Walking
I mean,
the areas.
there are people with Australian accents.
That's true.
You know.
Probably some man
True
with a
story.
shotgun somewhere.
But anyway, Crocodile Dundee reject shows up again in the second one. And I love this man. And the thing is
This guy
that...
or Dundee?
Well, actually both. I'm actually kind of a fan of both.
Yeah,
I think that's why I said...
Maybe this is Dundee. Because he disappeared.
No.
He definitely disappeared for a while.
He did. But...
he could have came back.
This is what happened when he disappeared.
Yeah. This is why he disappeared.
Yeah.
This is exciting now. I'm even more excited.
There's a new spin
I
on
think actually in the
Blew your
first
mind.
one, maybe in the first one, I think he actually, because they make that reference, you know, that's not a knife, this is a knife. I think they actually make that reference.
Saying cool stuff like, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah.
In the first movie, but I could be wrong. But anyway, in the second one, this one actually looks like there is no real, like, hey, we're gonna, like, talk and show you a bunch of bullshit for, you know, so long, like 20 minutes or something. I think he's just basically there and he just starts slaughtering people.
Well, it could be that, or the trailer showing you the best parts.
Yeah. Either way, I'm actually pretty excited. It's actually been almost, 10 years, and now he's finally showing up. But I have not really seen a release date in the States for this. Like, February 20th, it's been released in Australia, which, you know, I'm assuming that maybe international is going to be hopefully soon, since I'm starting to see the trailer now.
I'm sure you can get it online anyways.
Yeah, because I actually first saw this, of course, that website, fearnet.com. Of course, I read about this.
Your Facebook.
Yeah, it's
Never heard of it.
it's always on my Facebook, so of course I'm going to read this shit. But anyway, it basically looks like a lot of chaos, and this man hates everything, which I can relate.
Yeah, and hikers.
Mostly hikers.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're in Australia.
It's like he just
and they're walking.
sits out there lurking.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you said earlier, a hillbilly with at the wrong turn.
Yeah.
It's the Australian
It's
version
the
of
Australian-
the wrong turn. Except for
it's
it's
the wrong
one
turn.
guy who is a super badass.
Debatably.
So either way, here's like a little bit of the trailer we got for you.
And it's up to my kind to wipe your kind out. Hey! Let's play, eh? You'll have to do better than that!
Obviously don't know the first rule of the Outback, hero. You never, ever stop.
Well, that's the show. If you actually want to read up more on, the Demon Legos, go ahead and check out the link below. So go ahead and like us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter.
Email us at theonlygenre@gmail.com.
Or you can check out the website, theonlygenre.com.
Oh my God, they got it right. I fucking love these guys, kind of, sort of. Not really. So, love you guys. See ya. About damn time I got my show back. Well, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for consuming our brains. God. Hello, horror fans, and this week we talk about comics. Good call on the Legos there.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Legos.
Also the sequel to Wolf Creek.
No, we're gonna redo this.
No, we're gonna keep going. Keep rolling.
It's okay, baby. Don't worry. Hello, horror fans, and welcome to The Only Genre. I am Sean Vidmar. Yes, Danny's not here. Thank the Lord. No. I'm gonna leave that in for a blooper, though. Because, it's almost been freaking 10 years for, we find, our what I said.
Go on.
Tell me more.
I know.
Yes. Go on.
Stuff This one is actually in memory of Danny for how many times he's died last episode.
So the whole blooper reel is just his deaths.